Tracy Zimmerman, Associate Dean in the College of Arts and Letters and a pre-law advisor and professor here at JMU. Today, I'm delighted to serve as the moderator for our session, and I'm joined by some fantastic panelists that I'd like you to meet. So if you could just introduce yourselves, panelists.
Hi, my name is TJ Fitzgerald. I'm a history professor and I teach classes in world history and the history of the Middle East.
Hey everyone, my name's Sean McCarthy. I'm a professor in the School of Writing, Rhetoric and Technical Communication, and I teach courses in digital media, community engagement, and also interdisciplinary courses at the JMU X Labs.
Hi everyone, my name is Aaliyah McLean. I am a senior media arts and design major. I'm concentrating on journalism. And I also am the student body president here at JMU this year. And I also created my own organization my sophomore year called Women of Color. And I also served as a 2019 orientation peer advisor.
Hi everyone, my name is Sean White and I'm an English professor. I teach classes in 20th and 21st century British and Irish literature.
Great, thank you, panelists. To get things started, I'd like to give everyone an overview of our college. We offer 13 majors and numerous concentrations in the following areas of study: anthropology, communication studies, English, history, international affairs, justice studies, media arts and design, modern foreign languages, philosophy and religion, political science, public policy and administration, sociology, and writing, rhetoric, and technical communication. We also have over 50 minors to choose from in our college. So as one of the largest colleges at James Madison University, we offer a number of exciting opportunities for our students. And so I wanted to just open to have the panelists speak to some of those opportunities, and then we can't wait to get to your questions. So if there's a panelist that wants to take the lead. Anyone?
I'll go ahead here. One thing that our students do in the College of Arts and Letters is many of them study abroad. Many of them apply for grants and receive assistance in studying abroad and all over the world. I have a former student who was a Fulbright scholar to Canada, and many of the professors in the college lead some of these study abroad programs as well.
I'd like to follow on from that, TJ. We also in the College of Arts and Letters, we do a lot of engagement work out in the community. Our students get a lot of opportunities to work with local organizations, working on complex problems in the community and really being able to apply the knowledge and skills that they're building in classes in situations that can have real impact for people. So it's a very strong part of what we do in Cal is to create those kinds of engaged opportunities for students.
Since Dr. McCarthy just talked about the kind of interdisciplinary work that's happening, I just thought I'd mention that we have a number of cross-disciplinary minors that gives students an opportunity to work in disciplines beyond just their major. So we have I'm thinking of minors like environmental humanities, women's gender and sexuality studies, medical humanities. There's, as Tracy Zimmerman said, a lot of them are cross-disciplinary.
Great. Anything you'd want to add, Leah?
Definitely. From a student standpoint, along with the minors, I minor in political communication and sociology. And so I've always loved to see how, though I'm a media arts and design major who focuses on journalism, I'm able to still connect with different units and departments. So I'm really involved in the political science department, but I'm also really involved in the SCOM department. And so I love seeing how that collaborates, but also the programs they can do, like writing for the Breeze or even doing Breeze TV and things like that. So that's really been helpful for me because especially I got to study abroad my sophomore year to Ghana. And so that was really cool, really applying everything I learned in sociology and journalism kind of abroad in a different space and having an internship there.
Great. We did get one question coming in from Lori, that the question is really focused on students majoring in one of the tracks in justice studies regarding forensics and or forensic photography. I can jump in on that one unless anybody wants to take it. We can provide the link to the justice studies tracks because we have such a wide variety of majors in the college. There is, I believe, a focused concentration with forensics. I'm assuming photography is with that, but justice studies is certainly a very popular major in the college, and that there would be an opportunity to pursue that. Okay, another question that would be great to get the panelists' perspective on is, do students ever, this question is coming in, and it's, do students ever double major across colleges? So one major in the College of Arts and Letters and another, say, in the College of Business. Is this possible? Sean White, would you like to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Students can absolutely major across different disciplines. You can be a double major. You can even get a dual degree. It's possible to get a Bachelor of Arts in one field and a Bachelor of Science in another. And there are also, of course, minors across the university. If you wanted to enhance your double major, you could also minor in something that is offered in any of the other colleges in the university.
I'd just like to add to that we see a lot of double majors coming through WRTC, and Cal majors are really good complements to majors in other colleges where you might be learning a more specific skill or disciplinary way of knowing. That the kind of creativity and critical thinking skills that we promote so heavily in Cal are this great complement for majors in other colleges. So that happens all the time. And we do really strong advising in all of the departments and schools, and we can help you figure out what's the best blend for you in terms of double majoring. So yeah, it's certainly something to think about.
And if I could just add one small point too, we actually have in Cal, and I know in my home department, history, quite a few pre-med students as well. And I think currently many medical schools, for example, like such students that have a less traditional background in a humanistic discipline. So an enthusiastic yes to majoring and developing programs that cross not just disciplinary boundaries, but the boundaries between colleges and parts of the university.
Just to follow on from TJ, just a small bit there, we have a very strong alumni network, a lot of the departments do, and we get feedback from alumni about what kinds of skills and knowledge bases that students need in the current job market. And they always come back with like good thinking skills, good communication skills, being able to think on your feet, being able to work within teams. And we really offer students in all majors across Cal the opportunity to do that kind of work. So it's a really great complement for a more specific disciplinary focus. So yeah, I agree with that too.
Great. I've got a couple of questions that are coming in that are centered a little bit on foreign languages. One is from Jake on YouTube. If you plan on double majoring in a modern foreign language major and an international business major, the question is, am I required to take a second language besides the one I'm majoring in? And then the other question that sort of goes along is from Aaron, which is about what kinds of languages does JMU offer, and you can do majors and minors in. I can answer Aaron's question first, and then if anybody wants to take the one on more modern foreign languages and international business, if not, I can. Okay, great. So the languages that JMU offers in terms of majors are the modern foreign languages. So you can do Spanish, French, German, I believe. And we can also link some more information to you about those programs. Let's see, Sean White, if you would take Jake's question about the business.
Sure thing. Hi, Jake. My understanding is that you would only need to take your major foreign language. There's a let me just say, if you're getting a Bachelor of Arts, you are required, every student earning a Bachelor of Arts is required to take 4 semesters of a foreign language. And so if it's your major, that would satisfy that qualification. I do want to point out that the Foreign Languages Department offers a number of kind of cross-disciplinary minors like medical Spanish or business French, I believe. So that's something that might also work out for that kind of crossover between business and Cal.
That's a great point. I know that there is a legal Spanish minor as well, I believe, that you can focus on. So that's all very good. Another question that's coming in, this is from Jordan. Jordan is wondering what double majoring with media arts and design is like. Jordan is currently going into JMU for theater, but is thinking about a double major. Okay, great. Aaliyah, you wanna jump on that one?
Yeah, so with SMAD, most SMAD majors, media arts and design majors, actually double major. So I know for me exactly when I applied to SMAD, I didn't get into the first time, so I had to wait a year. So I didn't actually start my SMAD coursework until the end of my sophomore year. So I thought I was going to be behind. I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it work, but I was able to still complete the program in time. And so a lot of times, you really don't start your SMAD work until maybe your sophomore or junior year, and so you really have enough time to pick up another major. So for me, I picked up 2 minors that equaled about 40 credits. So that's kind of sometimes similar to a major. And so again, it's really easy to do. You just have to balance out your coursework and just make sure you look ahead about what classes do you need to take for SMAD before the prereqs, so you can be on time. So when you do apply to the major, you're not too behind, but it's really easy to make it work because a lot of people do it and they're really encouraged to pick up something else with a SMAD major.
Great, thanks for that, Aaliyah. Another question has come in. This is from Janie. How common are internship opportunities within College of Arts and Letters, and what concentration or major has the most opportunities? TJ, you want to start us off on that one?
Yeah, I can get us started. That's a great question. One thing you'll see in our college is that professors and students really do work closely together to get real world hands-on experience, and that naturally means internship opportunities. And each department has their own suite of opportunities. In history, many of our students work in museums locally in Virginia and as well in Washington, D.C., some in the Smithsonian system. And I'll just mention one example. A first-year student with me just secured an internship for this summer at Mount Vernon that he's pumped about. So that's a great question and something that we strongly encourage our students to pursue.
Can I follow on with that a small bit? Internships, a lot of the departments as well, there's going to be a faculty member who will help you with the internship in order to secure one. You can find one on your own, but you can also get someone to help you do that. And there's all sorts of opportunities everywhere. And just to loop back to the international business and languages question earlier, you could even intern abroad. We've had students intern in Luxembourg and Italy, in London. So you could also combine that with some practicing your language skills, depending on what kind of an internship you get. Different departments have different internship requirements. In our school, for example, it's 150 hours, which is it's an intense 3-credit experience, and it's scaffolded all the way from you thinking about what you would like to intern in, to finding someone to intern with, to to be reflecting on what you're learning and how you can actually really use that internship experience to build your portfolio for going on the job market later. We really promote internships across Cal, and it's a very important and integral part of your experience at JMU.
For my minor, my political communication minor, we're required to have an internship. And so for me, I had no idea what I wanted to do or like what that really looked like. And so what I did is I studied abroad first. I went to Ghana and I got a scholarship actually through the department to go. So my program was covered. And so I did the program and the internship. So it was about 7 to 8 weeks. And I actually got to intern at a nonprofit there called Bologna, a charity organization. And I just kind of did not know what I wanted to do. So they allowed me to like make their social media, kind of create a brand for them and really help them get the word out there. And so I did that the entire summer. And that just helped me set the foundation for what I thought I wanted to do in my political communication minor internship. So when I came back to JMU, I was like, okay, what do I want to do? And I noticed I want to work with political campaigns. And so for one of my SCOM classes, our teacher, Dan Schill, greatest person ever, he made us work for a campaign fall semester. And so I got the chance to work with someone who was running for the General Assembly here in Harrisonburg. And I got to get that experience by working with them and being a contractor. And then this semester, I really got to apply my internship by working with the Center for Civic Engagement on campus. And so it's really nice that with JMU, there's people to help you even start your internship processes abroad, but then bring it back to local community. I know a lot of people that do it in DC, but it was so nice that I went to Ghana and Africa and like did not know what I wanted to do, and then came back here in Harrisburg and got to apply my skills there and really learn from that.
I'd just like to say that sounds so exciting what you did, Leah. I mean, I want to go back and do an internship if that's what it leads to. But I think what you're really bringing up as well is that it's something for everyone to think about, that you can connect all these experiences, right? So you're doing study abroad, but it becomes something else. You come back and you take a class, and all of a sudden you're building this trajectory and this forward motion in your career at JMU and beyond that you might not have even anticipated before you got here. So that's a way to be thinking about what kinds of majors you want to do and how to really get the most out of your JMU experience and the Cal experience. Is like you're going to be connecting all these experiences and building a profile that it's going to be really exciting, and advising and Cal can help you do that, but we really do promote you being able to fertilize all these different experiences, because that's what's going to make you a great graduate from JMU.
I was just going to say cross-pollinate, so I think we've got some sort of a spring thing happening here. Yeah. I just wanted to mention a little bit of math for us. To graduate with a degree, it requires 120 credits, and the general education is generally about 41 credits. The majors in Cal range from 33 to 41 credits. So if you do that math, you can tell that there's actually a lot of room within the degree to move and to do a second major, or to do 1 or 2 extra minors, or to take on an internship, or to go on study abroad, that it's actually built in to the kind of framework of the requirements of the degrees here.
Great, thanks. We have another question that has come in from Nori, which is, what would we say is the best undergrad major for someone looking at law school? I'll jump on that one as a pre-law advisor in the College of Arts and Letters. And I would also recommend, we have a little session on the virtual choices where the other associate dean who works with pre-law students, Melinda Adams, has done a really great job sort of encapsulating your question, but I want to answer it here because it's a great question. A lot of College of Arts and Letters majors align themselves with a pre-law focus, and there isn't really the best undergrad major. I mean, the literature out there, all of the stuff that comes out through law school says there isn't an ideal major, but there are ideal skills. Critical reading, writing, logic, thinking, anything like that. And really what the pre-law program at JMU does is it's not a set of courses, it's an advising structure that hooks you up with all kinds of students on campus that are doing pre-law, opportunities to connect with those who've gone on into legal careers, who've left JMU, and just to give you really great advice about LSAC, taking the LSAT, doing personal statements, things like that. So really you're looking for a set of skills. And the great thing is that the pre-law advising structure that we have in the college allows you to sort of pick a pre-law advisor. It doesn't have to be somebody affiliated with your major or minor. And you can get multiple perspectives that way, but it's a really great question. It's a good thing to be thinking about. If you declare pre-law, then you'll automatically be on our radar, and so you'll get all of our updates and things like that. So really great question. Thanks, Nori. Does anybody I didn't want to just hog that question, but I think I did. I just became that kid. Anybody? Okay, that's all good. The next question we've got from Kelly. What are study abroad opportunities for justice studies? Anyone have a thought about?
I could take a stab at that. I was just actually pulling up the page of all the programs that we offer, and the reason why I was doing that is that they change. They can change, and more programs are added every year. We are one of the top schools in the country for study abroad. Last summer, I ran a program to Ireland, and it would have actually suited a justice studies student because it was about water and the water is a critical resource. And so we actually had justice studies students on board with us for that program. But there's also a program in the College of Communications that is about in Northern Ireland is another program that would suit justice studies folks. But there are programs all over the place, and I would encourage you to look at the list because sometimes they run every second year. There's always new programs added. I would talk to advisors within your department who would be able to make sure that you can get the credit opportunities you need for your particular major and your minor, depending on what courses are offered abroad that year. But JMU is an amazing place to do study abroad with, whether you're going to do it during the summer, whether you're going to do a semester-long study abroad, like in London or Spain. There's also alternative spring breaks. I mean, there's just so many different opportunities on all 5 continents to do some extremely interesting, challenging, and rewarding work abroad. So yeah, I would just direct you to the page of programs, which tends to be, lively. There's always new things being added.
I thought I might piggyback on that to answer Roger's question about the popular overseas programs. As Sean had said, they change every year, but there are some that are long-standing programs. We have 4 semester programs abroad. One is in Antwerp, one is in Florence, Italy, one is in Salamanca, Spain, and one is in London in the UK. Those are semester-long programs. They run spring, summer, and fall. And JMU has often a building that they've always rented and a really strong structure with faculty on the ground there. So those are programs that happen in and out, and the faculty who are participating, their specialties rotate. So you have different professors from different disciplines doing them every semester. We also have, as Aaliyah mentioned, a long-standing program, I think 25 years in Ghana. So there are a number of programs that have been there for a long time that can sort of be relied upon and to sort of supplement the additional short programs that pop up in any given year.
Leah, can you give us a sense of what it's like to take a class abroad? I mean, how is it different from one like taking it here on campus?
Yeah, for me, it was definitely very interactive, and that's what I've heard from a lot of my friends as well. I've had friends that did this Spain semester-long program, and so really, you go to class. So for me, I went to the University of Ghana. We went there every day for a few hours. We had guest lectures and professors every single day to talk about like different social issues in Ghana or just different ways of living. And then after that, we kind of debriefed it and reflected, but it is so interactive of like, it's not just like you go to class, for JMU, you're kind of hopping class to class, very different. I feel like they're all relatable when you kind of are going abroad, and everything just connects and makes so much sense in your head, and you're really immersed in the living, and it just like helps you really understand what it is like to be in this culture and then take it back to where we live. And so it's just, I think, so immersive, and the days just fly so like quick. And it's just, I don't know, I was bawling when I left my study abroad because I love Ghana so much and I want to still be there. And so I just love how you feel so interactive, but also connected when you are kind of studying abroad with your professors, and you can ask them any questions and kind of go off topic and say, oh, this is interesting. And so I just love how fluid it is with that.
As a teacher, it's an amazing experience because you get so, you become like a family for, however long the program is, and you get to know each other really well. But it's also just such an amazing way to learn about new cultures and do classwork at the same time. Like there's nothing else like it. It's a really fantastic experience.
Great. We've got a couple more questions coming in. This one from Eliza. Great question, Eliza. Will I be assigned an academic advisor who will stick with me during my time at JMU and helped me make decisions about classes, internships, and other opportunities. Eliza, you're in luck. We are rich with advisors here. So we're going to start with Sean White on that one.
There we go. Got my unmute off. Yeah, so right away, Eliza, you'll be assigned a freshman advisor. That's someone who will work with you even as early as the summer before you enroll to help get you into classes, to make those first selections, to answer primary questions you would have. And then you'll be assigned a major advisor, and you will have an advisor for every major you get and an advisor for the minors that you take on. It's possible to get to know people who will help you at every stage in every different degree, or not degree, specialization that you decide to take part in. And we also have a university advising office that I think can address broader questions as well.
Yeah, just as Sean says, that's exactly right. We take advising very seriously here in mentoring students. And as you do what's usually called the one book process here at JMU and become a full JMU student, you'll be introduced to a first year advisor who will help you enroll in classes in June and then meet you during summer springboard. This is the usual process. Meet you again at 1787 orientation, and then really be with you all through your first semester and through most of your second semester as well, until, as Dr. White says, you're handed off to advisors in each of the programs that you're a part of at that time. So our students feel pretty well advised, and our advisors like doing that work.
I'd just like to jump in. When you do settle on a major, you'll have an advisor within the major for the length of time that you're doing the major. So that could be anywhere between 2 and 4 years. And it's a really strong relationship, because it's not just about helping you pick your classes. You're also talking about what you're thinking about doing when you leave JMU, and how your ideas about who you are as a professional and a citizen. You're growing as we're talking to you year by year, semester by semester. And so it becomes a really, I love advising sessions because people are coming back to me. I don't see them for 3 months. They come back the next semester, and we're finding out everything that they've done, and we're kind of planning for the future. And it's a really important part of the undergraduate experience, and we take it really seriously at JMU, because it's particularly in Cal, where we're focusing on your creativity, your critical thinking skills, your innovation skills. You can apply those in so many different ways that we work really closely with you in terms of shaping your career once you leave school. So yeah, advising is an important part of what we do.
Something that is really unique for JMU is like all these different components of advising that you get, like they're saying. And in addition to like an academic advisor, you also get like an orientation peer advisor. When you start completing the one book like they are talking about. And so you get paired with someone. So when you do come for the traditional springboard, you kind of get to have a student talk about their academic experiences that have been trained in these academic colleges as well. But even like when you're confused about like your major, like for me, I didn't get into SMAT the first time. So I was like, what do I do? What class do I take? And yeah, I could talk to my SMAT advisor, but it was like, what is my now like plan B? There's also the Career and Academic Planning Center and the Student Success Center on campus. And so you can even go there and just talk about what are some different careers that I want to pursue, and like what are some different academic choices for me. And then even the Madison advising peers, they kind of help you as well, go through your classes if you kind of want to talk to students. So I love the different aspects of not just one formal person, but there's a community of people that just want to help you all over campus, which is so important that JMU offers that.
Great, thank you. I wanted to just touch on a question that came in from Bonnie about the Washington semester. And I know that you got some expert advice on the YouTube comments from David Jones, who actually directs that program. So that is coming directly from the horse. But I will say the second part of your question, Bonnie, is a good one, which is there a way we can participate in the internship while taking classes that count toward other majors? In general, I'd say that answer is yes. And if anybody wants to speak to that, there's a lot of opportunity for classes to double count for a minor and a major at the same time, usually up to a certain amount, maybe 6 credit hours. It's not an unlimited bucket of credits, but there is an opportunity to do that. Does anybody want to verify, fact check me on that one?
We trust you, Tracy.
Okay, that's good. That is fabulous. I do want to get to, there's a question that came in from Ava. A rough overview, she's asking about a rough overview of the Justice Studies major and classes and what possible careers come from that. I think, Sean White, did you want to do that one? Okay.
Sure, I'm happy to dive in. Ava, what I would tell you first is that the Justice Studies major is organized into 3 tracks, which can kind of help you think through what sort of different careers might come out of it. So they have global justice, social justice, and crime and criminology. I know that there is at least one class at the 200 level, I believe it's 225, that you have to take before you launch into the other classes in the major. And as you might imagine, global and social justice careers might include working in humanitarian affairs or nonprofit organizations, whether around the world or locally, domestically in the United States. It might include things like environmental justice. So you'd be working in any number of jobs that are addressing political concerns, sociological concerns. Crime and criminology is focusing on a slightly different kind of idea, but I think it would include criminal justice, thinking through issues surrounding that. So thinking about, death penalty policy or overcrowding of jails, that sort of thing. So there are a lot of opportunities to come out of that major.
Great. We have another question that's come in from Cameron about the political science major, and I can at least speak to. And again, we'll have all this this information linked as well, because each program in College of Arts and Letters has its own virtual choices info site for you. So do check that out. That way you'll get even more granular, detailed information. But within political science, you can get a number of discrete majors. So you can get political science, there's public policy and administration, there's international affairs, and I think I've covered, yes, the majors that you can get within political science. So and those are discrete majors, they're different majors. So that it's a big department, as you might imagine. So we'll also give some more information about that, maybe through links in the comments or definitely following up afterwards. But check out the virtual choices as well. Aaliyah, would you like to pick that up too?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I minor in political communication, so that's with the political science department. And so something really unique is I take either communication classes focused on policy or political processes, or I take political science classes. And so, and then I also am in the Student Government Association, which has a lot of political science majors and connections as well. And so what's really unique about the political science department is the classes that are so focused on just the world, social living, what do these processes look like, and how can you even intertwine in them. And so what I love about my classes that I've taken with the political science department is how discussion focused they are, but how they help us critically think and do research into these problems, and like what policies can you create and how can you really interact with that. And so even a lot of political science majors will do the Washington semester. I've had a lot of friends that really love and enjoy that, and then they'll come bring it back to the student government. And then really we get to implement these policies on campus and really try to make changes and learn about, so one class I'm in right now, Women and Gender Studies. I love that class with Dr. Wiley, and you really could dive in about what are these social issues, but how can we change that even on our campus? And so the political science department does such a great job at preparing students for that as you grow.
All right, we have one question. I am not muted. This is a win for me. One question, this is from Diana on YouTube. How difficult is it to be a full-time student, be in a sport, and have a part-time job? Is this possible? It is possible, I will say that, but then I will hand it over to the experts.
I work with students all the time. I mean, students are so busy all the time. I teach classes that do a lot of collaboration, and the doodle polls, trying to get everybody on for the same meeting, whatever, is always very difficult because students are really busy. They're extremely motivated. They've got so much going on. I think, yes, it's possible to do all those things. I think you're just going to have to figure out yourself what your threshold is for busyness. And also the advisors and your professors will help you to learn those kinds of coping skills with busy lifestyles, because that's what you're going into. There's so many opportunities to do academic work, to do lots of different kind of fun stuff and engage stuff. There's going to be lots of choices, and what you're going to need to learn how to do is manage your time and keep all of those plates spinning. And I would suggest that, yes, you can do that. And if you're an organized person, you've already got you're going to make it work. And even if you're finding it difficult, there are lots of people for you to talk to that can help you figure out how to rationalize your timetable, so you get your schoolwork done and you get your extracurricular stuff done, and you're able to prioritize what you need to prioritize. So yes, with qualifications, yes, you can.
Yeah, definitely for me as a student. So I came to JMU with 16 credits. I was working 20 hours a week. I knew I wanted to be involved in something. And so it was definitely a struggle at first, because I was trying to learn my coursework, really learning that college was different than high school. And I think that took me a while to grasp that concept. But really getting so many mentors and support system at JMU just helped me so much, because they kind of mentored me into how to time manage. So what does it look like to plan your schedule and then say, I'm dedicating these hours to do my homework or to study, but then I'm also dedicating these hours to then work later. And so even the resources and supervisors I've had at JMU, one in the community service learning office, they're always checking Aaliyah, are you stressed this week? What can we do to support you? How can we help manage your course load? And so it definitely is possible to work, be involved. I've been president. Last year I was president of 3 organizations at one time. Definitely would not suggest it, but it taught me so much about time management while working, while being a full-time student, and just learning how to really rely on people. And so with the sport aspect too, I think definitely knowing that it's okay and that you'll have mentors and people that want to help you balance that out, because I have 2 sisters who are athletes and still have to manage having a life with their friends, a life in college. And so you're able to do that, but one, it just takes time management and that support system.
Awesome. All right, since we are getting to the end of our time, I wanted to give the panelists a chance to see if there's one final thought they'd like to leave the group with before we close out our session.
Sure. My last thought would just be to say that, August and September is my favorite time of year at JMU. There's always such energy and excitement. I just love being a professor there, and especially in those months. So I look forward to seeing you, hope to see you on campus in just a few months.
Yeah, I'd like to second that. We're really looking forward to seeing you in the fall. And every semester I get to teach courses, collaborative courses at JMU X Labs, where we bring students from different majors working on, applied issues like homelessness and all sorts of really difficult problems. And there comes a time in the semester where the students just kind of really take ownership over the projects that they're working on, and they just fly. And it's my favorite moment of the semester when that happens. It always happens maybe about 5 or 6 weeks in. And so I'm really looking forward to meeting the new class and offering them the opportunity to really take ownership over what they do and make an impact out in the world.
Definitely for me, August, this time, starting now to August, are my favorite times of the month, especially getting the chance to work in orientation last year, because truthfully, before I came to JMU, I was actually in an at-risk program at school for students that they didn't think would graduate high school. And so now just being in this position today, knowing that I'm going to graduate with my bachelor's soon from JMU, it just gives me so much, I don't know, just feelings of, I can't even explain the feeling, but for you all, I know in these situations it is hard, but truthfully JMU will just help you find that joy and find out who you really want to be. And so I wish you all the best of luck, and and hope to see you in the fall, and can't wait to see you in the fall.
Yeah, just a parting shot. I wanted to share that the Arts and Letters departments are in the heart of JMU. We're located on the classic campus quad that you see in all the photos with the great old buildings and the college students playing Frisbee, and there's always somebody playing with somebody's dog. So I just wanted to share that it's a fantastic place to live, and we really hope you'll join us.
Fantastic. Well, I can't add to that. What I can do is just say thank you so much for joining us. We've really enjoyed engaging with you and having this time together. If we weren't able to get to your question during the panel, please leave it in the comments section and we will follow up with the answers and we'll make sure to respond to those. You can also visit the Choices website for more information and the link will be posted below in the comments. We just wish you all the best and we hope to see you soon. And we've really enjoyed the time together. So take care.
Yeah, almost. We are almost done. And we are done. All right, live stream number 1 over.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
So
right.
fun.
So what do we think? It went by so quickly, right?
Yeah, it goes by really fast.
Yeah, it does. You guys